Happy strawberry moon in Capricorn. This moon is a little bit special. It's following a solstice, which is when the sun is at its highest point, at its longest day, and our moon is going to be at its shortest point. Our moon's in Capricorn, our sun's in Cancer, which also calls for a little bit of recognition to work-life balance. If one has been getting more attention than the other, then maybe it's time to shift those perspectives a little bit, shift our energy a little bit. But let's talk about what it's going to look like too. So around 9:07 Eastern time, Central time, 8:07, the moon's going to rise and it's going to look a little bit different. Look for the oranges, the pinks, because it's going to look a little bit closer to Earth since it's at its shortest point this time. So use that energy. If you're struggling to figure out what it is that you want to release around this time, that you want to let go of, then that's when you meditate. That's when you take your breath in and out. And you call on that moon for change. So this strawberry moon, which has many other names, it's also been known as the green corn moon in the Cherokee Nation. This moon is being added, a name is being added, the white buffalo moon, because the first white buffalo has been born in Yellowstone recently. So we've got a little bit of change coming already. That's a sign of hope and purity. So let's hold on to that while we figure out the stuff that we want to let go, because I'm doing mine a little bit different this time. There's some stuff that's been holding me back, some fears and insecurities and lack of confidence. I've gotta let it go. So this time, since it's kind of big energy, Venus and Mercury have had this link going on that's kind of left things questionable. So if you've been questioning people or things in the past week, there's a reason. But clarity's coming, especially tomorrow. I believe it's Mercury sextiling Mars. So clarity is coming. Use your intuition to figure out some of these iffy areas that you've had, especially in the past week. Like, it will come to you. This time, we've got extremes. Since our Capricorn moon is actually a grounded moon. Capricorn is our earth sign, ruled by Saturn, which represents leadership and success, discipline. So keep that in mind whenever you're calling in whatever energies or deities that you call in to help you release. Stay grounded. Feel your feet on the floor, like stomp your feet if you have to, and feel those roots coming up and grabbing you and connecting you to Mother Earth. When you do your meditation, when you do your release. And you can do this in many ways. You can do this, some of the stuff that we've done in the past, where you write it down, you give it back to the earth, you give it back to water, you give it back to fire, you give it back to the universe, or you can write it down and hold it for later and burn it at another point. This time, I'm going to be using cords, and I'm going to wear them around my ankle, wrist, throat, waist. I'm using at least 3, maybe 4, but I'm doing this tomorrow after the full moon is over, because tomorrow I'm gonna meditate on this. I'm gonna meditate and ask for guidance on what it is that I need to actually let go. Whether my higher self shows up, whether my fetch, myself shows up, or whether God, universe, spirit shows up to guide me, I'm taking all the information I can. So use what comes to you for change, for the storms, for everything that's holding us back from what it is that we really want. This one's about success. So contemplate what it is that's been keeping that success from invading your life the way that it should. The abundance is coming, the change is coming. So let's just figure out what it is that we need to focus on. Now, I am going to draw a card just to see what else it is that we need to know. And you, in the meantime, can take a breath in and hold and let it out. And do it one more time, but this time, whenever you let it out, let noise out too. In, hold, and close your eyes and release.
what comes to your mind as soon as you release. If it's balance, if it's all these colors, if it's rainbows, if it's circles, if it's a feeling, if it's emotion, call on that energy and use that energy in the ritual that you choose. Again, you can write things down and you can give it back to the universe, to the earth, to the fire. Call your circle of protection in first or not. Do whatever makes you comfortable, because this is about your intuition and what's feeding your success. Again, I will be setting aside time to meditate first, to call in my energies, to set cords aside that I will be wearing right up until the new moon. You can release these cords when you feel like it. If you choose to do it before the new moon, if you have to let them go before then, use fire. Dance, sing, yell, or meditate and state what it is that's been holding you back that you're letting go of. And then cut that cord and throw it in the fire. We've got stuff to do. We've got places to go. We've got people to see. We've got things to accomplish. And this Capricorn full moon is going to help us do it. Have great days on purpose.